In Spanish, something to be aware of is that we cannot have a followed by el when we're talking about el as the word for the definite article. So if we have a el, what we have to do is make it al. So if you've ever seen al and thought, what on earth is going on here? That is exactly what it is. A, el becomes al. If you see al, it just means to the, a, el. Of course, you could use a, el when we're using this el, because this doesn't mean the, this means him or he, like él baila, he dances, or if I say a él le gusta el chocolate, to him is pleasing chocolate, so chocolate is pleasing to him, he likes chocolate. I've done another video talking about me gusta, a él le gusta, so that's fine, that sort of a él is absolutely fine. But if I'm ever using el without an accent, it has to become al. Voy a la playa, I'm going to the beach, or I go to the beach. This is fine, a la, absolutely fine. But if I'm going to the park, voy al parque, I have to say al. Voy a, I'm going to, el parque, the park, but I've got to think about this. Now, I should mention actually that there is a use of al which does not mean to the, just to confuse matters and contradict myself. If I use al plus an infinitive, it means upon doing that verb. So we can think of al plus an infinitive as upon doing something or when doing something. Al llegar a casa, upon arriving home. Al escuchar eso, when I heard that, or upon hearing that. Pensé, I thought, such and such. So al, this is the only al which is not a, el. All the other times, if it's not followed immediately by a verb, it's going to be that shortened version of a and el, when el is the word for the. Another similar thing happens with de, of or from. If I say soy de la ciudad, I'm from the city, de la, absolutely fine. But if I want to say de followed by el, just like with a followed by el, when we're using el meaning the, then it needs to become del. For example, soy del norte, I'm from the north. De el norte, del norte. Now an exception both with del and with al is if the el is at the start of the name of something. For example, The Lord of the Rings, El Señor de los Anillos. El Señor de los Anillos, The Lord of the Rings. When the el is the capital T, the, at the start of the name of a movie or a book or something like that, in that case it's fine to say de El Señor de los Anillos. Es el personaje, it's the character, de El Señor de los Anillos. You just need to make that brief pause. If you did say del Señor de los Anillos, it would, people would understand you, but this is the kind of grammatically correct exception when you would not need to make de and el, del, or a and el, al.